So thank you so much, Halima, for that. Mr. Omar, we have the Indian Partnership Act of 1932 still governing the partnership firms in India. So knowing that you'll be partnering with Zafintra, you might decide that you want part of your name to appear in Zafintra or something like that. So words such as Union, State, and Republic should not appear in the name that you have decided to come up with. When you get to breach this, you are really punishable with a fine which might even exceed 500 rupees. So investing in India come along with challenges. One of these is corruption and lack of transparency and accountability which lie along with many Indians. So we know that India is really opening up to international traders, and what you're supposed to understand is that getting to trade in India requires long documentation process, which is really tiresome. It's not something so easy to do. That leads me to taxation in India, knowing that you will be partnering with Zafintra as well. And Zafintra is a domestic company well established in India, so the tax rate lies at 30.90%. The goodness of this is that you'll be sharing this, the payment of this tax with Zafintra. How about dispute resolution? Court litigation is not the proper way of solving disputes in India because it is always subject to delays. So alternative modes which are most preferable are arbitration and cross-cultural training. So Trade Union Act of 1962 provides for the registration of trade unions of employers and workers. This is something you must adhere to, Mr. Omar. So Indians do value relations. This is actually a prime focus to them. An Indian can prefer to lose a very lucrative business deal if they don't get comfortable with you. So understanding that a relationship is a prime focus with them is really something they do value is great. Before getting into business deal with them, know that they do value relationships, and it's a good goal to have a good relationship with them, Mr. Omar. So how about hierarchy? When you get into a business meeting, I think this is applicable to most parts of African country. We do value hierarchy, and it is important really to address or rather greet the most senior person first before getting to greet the other parties involved in this business meeting. And also, Mr. Omar, many Indians are not comfortable with saying no. They actually feel that it sounds rude. So instead of saying no, what they'll do, they keep postponing that which they were supposed to say no. If it was a business deal that they were supposed to sign and they're not comfortable with signing it, they'll not say no to it. What they do is that they'll keep postponing that. And the result of this can be that an Indian manager will seem to agree with the request without, in fact, any realistic prospects of being able to meet it. So I can say yes to everything that you keep saying, yes, just to keep you moving and keep you going in whatever you're doing. But in real sense, I'm not comfortable with it, but I can't just say no. So that is the attitude of most Indians, Mr. Omar. That leads us to our conclusion. So with the findings that we have had and we have presented to you, Mr. Omar, we select India, and we provide a very concrete thesis that India is the best investment spot for Mabati Rolling. Looking at the GDP of India, it's really growing, and the projection of 2016 is high. We have it at 8%, which is really promising and very good. So we also have the Indian government, which has really worked hard to make changes in the number of policies to reduce discrimination over the past 10 to 15 years. So India is at a great point and a great spot for investment. These are our references, Mr. Omar, and thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to us, and we welcome any questions and comments from you. Thank you once again, Mr. Omar.